Alright, so the update came out today for Unicorn Pack, although it does look like someone has already found a game-breaking bug, unfortunately. So I'm sure an emergency update will have to be rushed out to try and fix that. I don't think it affects Unicorn Pack itself, but it does affect customs and definitely Puppy Pack at the very least. So hopefully that gets fixed soon. Honestly, it didn't really make any difference to me though, because whenever there's an update, I tend not to play the game, or at least I tend not to record footage for the channel until at least a week has gone by. We need time for the pools of opponents to fill back up again, because initially they all get cleared, and so the first teams in the pool are all just ghosts, which makes the game very, very easy indeed, and I prefer when it's a bit more of a challenge. But that's fine, we've got plenty of stuff still in the backlog to get through. And I will actually have an extra clip at the end of this from several months ago that I completely forgot about. But what we're doing here is we're in Golden Pack, we're just going for 5 of a kinds. It's something I do fairly regularly in Golden. Actually funny here, I end up rolling the triple sea urchin. But the slight twist with this one is that we're going to go for a 5 without using Bird of Paradise, without using Sea Lion, and without using Catfish plus Blue Ringed Octopus. So maybe you can guess what's going to happen here, but we take double level up and we get 2 Manta Rays, and then we take a 3rd level up and get a 3rd Manta. So pretty much the perfect turn 5 if you're going to go for an all Manta Ray team. Now obviously if you were going for an all Manta Ray team, the easiest option would be to try and get Bird of Paradise on turn 9 and then just go crazy with scaling. But I decided to try and go for this without taking Bird of Paradise. And probably I should have just kept the Chipmunk on the last turn. I could have then given it Fig, but I guess I wanted the maximum amount of money and I wanted to buy all the Manta Rays on the same turn. So we end up having enough gold to be able to buy 2 Figs anyway. And I mentioned it before, but Fig is so disruptive, at least for a couple of turns. And so when we have so much extra gold, we might as well just buy them onto every Manta we have. Now here I do take Sea Lion, but don't worry, I'm about to sell it because I'm going to find another Manta Ray. And I want to bring it into the team, and so we're just going to get rid of the Sea Lion. So it was on the squad for all of about 5 seconds there, but I never actually took it into battle. And it definitely didn't give us any scaling. Another team that we're going to disrupt with the Figs, and so we win again. And basically here the idea is to try and just stay alive until the point where we can start buying pretzels, which is turn 11. And since Manta Ray is tier 4, the pretzels are going to be double value. So we're going to get +4/4 for every pretzel purchased. And that scaling adds up pretty quickly, especially when you're able to buy a lot of them per turn due to the extra gold. Another team that gets messed up by the Figs because the crane, I think it was, got sniped. And so we get another win. So we're not just staying alive, we're actually winning. Now Manta Ray is one of those units that kind of exemplifies how difficult it is to balance this game. I think a lot of people had it on their list of fairly weak units originally, but then it was buffed, and I think it got maybe something like +2 or +3 health, and that just makes the world of difference. It goes from being a unit that kind of was a liability when you first buy it, to just being so solid with that stat line that playing the 4 squad really doesn't matter too much. Now I think I did make a mistake on that last turn. I should have kept the Blue Ringed Octopus frozen because I found a waffle. And then in the following turn I would be able to get double the value. And actually that's something that I think works really well when you have the excess gold that you get from stacking mantas like this. You know, saving up Blue Ringed Octopus, saving up waffle, so that you can use them all in one turn and potentially get your octopus to level 2 or higher, even though you're going to sell it again on the same turn. So here we find another waffle. I decide not to take it. I should have just bought the Manta instead of rolling once there, but we're leveling up. Maybe I was looking for Bird of Paradise here. I don't think so though. I think I'd already decided that I was going to try and win just by buying pretzels and buy sells from the shop. Now I think we are going to lose here. We've got an Egyptian vulture team, pretty rare to see them. And yeah, their scaling is much better. So we do finally lose, so we're down to 2 hearts, but I think we can start having pretty successful turns now. So there's the first pretzel, plus 4/4. Of course, when you have so much extra gold, you're very likely to start finding oysters as well, which just extend the turns even further. Here's another octopus. Again, I could be freezing it in case I find a waffle, but instead I'm just going to buy sell it. And we'll just focus the stats onto the manta at the front first, since we've already equipped it with the pita bread. Now the pita doesn't do anything here, but the more stats we pile onto the front manta, the more it's going to be worth. So probably we need to start upgrading everyone to have pita bread, but it would be nice to buy some more pretzels first. And each chocolate, is giving us extra gold on the following turn, so we're basically making our money back on that. Yeah, thinking about the waffle for a second, but we do find a pita bread. Okay, I'm not going to take it there. That's a little bit surprising. And another blue-ringed octopus. I think here what I was actually doing was I was focusing heavily on finding the pretzels. I really wanted to just buy as many pretzels as I could. Another team that we end up ruining with the figs by deleting their pteranodon. And it's only a level 1 poison dart frog, so I think we should be fine. Yep. But look at this, we get a second blue-ringed octopus, so we can actually just freeze them and start rolling. We do find a chocolate, so it's definitely worth it to spend that on the octopus, since we're very likely to roll another waffle like we do here. Now I do think about the pita bread, but then I decide no, I would rather go for another waffle or octopus, and we get rewarded. So that was an incredible turn in terms of scaling there. The team really looks like it's been scaled up by Bird of Paradise here, but clearly it has not. You can do a lot of good stuff with extra gold and blue-ringed octopus by itself. I think probably that shows that catfish really doesn't need to exist in this pack at all. And I wouldn't be surprised when it comes time to adjust golden to be the same as the others, have 10 pets per tier. Maybe catfish is a good candidate to be removed altogether, because I think blue-ringed octopus by itself can already do good stuff. So here I buy the chocolate onto the octopus, greeding for another one. I can't remember if I get it or not. We do find another pita bread, which I'll just freeze. Okay, we don't find it, but we do have to buy the manta. So next turn, if we lose, we're not going to have any extra gold. But I don't think we're going to lose. Even though they have a level 3 nurse shark here, we're going to recover so much health from the pita breads that the remainder of their squad isn't going to make any difference. Yep. So, kind of an unusual win, although Manta Ray is one of the easiest 5 of a kinds you can do in this pack. The fact that we didn't use Bird of Paradise at all, or Sea Lion, which, probably is the second easiest option to go for. And this one is actually from, I think it's from March. I don't know why I didn't upload it for whatever reason. Maybe I just had too many 5 of a kinds in the space of a couple of weeks. But we're on 9 wins here. You can see I gave up on the level 2 Bird of Paradise there simply because we're so close to the end. And I'm just rolling for the last betta fish. And we actually get it right at the end here. So we'll bring it in. Now I probably could freeze the pita bread. Yeah, definitely freeze that. Kind of an unusual looking team, but again you can see that we have multiple figs. And they just make such a difference, helping you win rounds that otherwise, your units just don't have useful abilities. Well, that's not to say betta fish doesn't have a useful ability, but their ability in combat just isn't going to carry you. But the fig can do so much damage. It makes a huge difference to these types of runs. Now, we do end up drawing there, which was a bit unfortunate given that we got rid of the Bird of Paradise. But again, it's the same strategy. We've replaced the figs on the largest units with the pita bread. We end up facing a full fig team, which from this era of Golden was very, very common. I think this wasn't too long after the fig change. Or did that come out at the end of last year? Honestly, I can't remember at this point. But there were still a lot of people with full fig teams when this was recorded. But we get another chance. Actually, we've still got 2 hearts, so we could afford to lose this one. But I think we should be okay here because we end up removing the emu, which is pretty important to this poison dart frog team. And yeah, we end up winning with 2 betta fish left. So that one was a little bit more difficult than a 5 manta win. But everything's easier when you get an early bird of paradise.